everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur TV show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so that you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the main channel, the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. And make sure you go over to my website, QueenAhmadiyyahShakur.com, and subscribe so that you're added to my email list so I can send you occasional notifications. Okay, so now listen to this, honey. More PPP loans debacle, okay? More of this PPP loans debacle. So now they're saying a man who used to live in Massachusetts has agreed to plead guilty to filing fraudulent applications in order to receive $2.5 million in Stupid 19 relief funds through the Paycheck Protection Program. Now, the U.S. Attorney's Office said that 34-year-old Vinicius Santana of Boca Raton, Florida, was charged with 1 count of wire fraud and 1 count of unlawful monetary transactions. The former Revere resident was previously arrested and charged by criminal complaint with a single wire fraud offense in June of 2022, honey. That carries a 20-year sentence, by the way, that wire fraud charge. Now, according to the charging document, Santana owed the Massachusetts painting company he owned the Massachusetts painting company Complete Home Care, LLC, and submitted 4 different PPP loan applications on the company's behalf in April of 2020. Now, prosecutors say that Santana listed 5 employees and an average monthly payroll of between $10,000 to $18,000 on his first 3 applications, and then each one of them were denied. Santana then falsely claimed to have 154 employees and an average payroll of $1 million in the 4th PPP loan application for his business. Honey, let me tell you something. If stupid was a crime, some people would be doing extra time, okay? Now, he did 3 applications. Pay attention to the foolishness. He did 3 applications at first, saying that he had 5 employees, and then only paid $10,000 to $18,000 for payroll. Then he comes back after that didn't work. Clearly, he was denied. He then comes back and claims 154. How do you go from 5 to 149 more employees in just a few months? Okay, and he probably did it like a couple of weeks later, because it doesn't say exactly when he did this. He filed the first 3 in April. He likely did this immediately after that didn't work. How foolish can you be? Okay, and then said that he paid $1 million. He went from paying $10,000 to $18,000 to paying $1 million. Pay attention to the foolishness. So anyway, they go on to say that a bank then issued Santana's company $2.5 million in loans in May of 2020, based on the allegedly false information in the 4th application. I mean, it didn't dawn on him that they were going to remember or some kind of way go back and see those first 3 applications. So according to prosecutors, Santana misused the PPP loan proceeds by purchasing real estate and cars, as well as investing in cryptocurrency. I bet he thought it was going to be all gravy. The U.S. Attorney's Office said the federal district court has not yet scheduled a plea hearing for Santana. Now, the charge of wire fraud provides for a sentence of up to 20 years in prison, 3 years of supervised release, and a fine of $250,000 or twice the gross gain or loss of the scheme, whichever is greater. Now, the charge of unlawful monetary transactions provides for a sentence of up to 10 years in prison, 3 years of supervised release, and a fine of the greater of either $250,000 or twice the value of the criminally derived property. So at the end of the day, that's 30 years he's facing, all because he was being greedy. And then he was too stupid to realize that you can't turn in 3 applications saying one thing and then turn in a 4th shortly thereafter saying something totally different with such a huge discrepancy. The PPP loan funds were made available under the Stupid 19 Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act, known as the CARES Act, a federal law enacted in March of 2020 that is designed to provide emergency financial assistance to millions of Americans who are suffering from the economic effects caused by Stupid 19 and the pandemic. Now, one source of relief provided by the CARES Act was the authorization of forgivable loans to small businesses for job retention and certain approved expenses. So anyway, honey, it looks like he may be doing some hard time. He went ahead and pled guilty. Likely he took some type of plea deal, but it's not going to be good either way because if that carries a 20-year sentence for the wire fraud charge, and then a 10-year sentence for him using the money for purposes other than what it was dispersed, he's probably going to get about 10 years. I'm just saying, honey, this is also crazy to me. Honey, this is a lesson that I keep telling you all, though some of you refuse to listen. And the lesson is, beloveds, that crime simply does not pay. Okay? It does not pay. It's not worth it, honey. I would not ever, under any circumstances, any stretch of my imagination nor yours, be throwing rocks at the penitentiary. Okay? That's just what I wouldn't do. But anyway, honey, it's going to be a whole lot more of these cases because, like I told you all weeks ago, Biden has extended the investigations for the PPP loans for 10 years. So 10 years from now, probably on the 9th year, they're going to come sweeping in and scooping up a whole bunch of people who engaged in these fraudulent practices with these nefarious PPP loans, which, if you ask me, was absolutely done on purpose to put people out there. And, I think that that's likely the reason why they were denying these small businesses so many times. They were giving this money basically to the wealthy, the people who had like so many more employees, like 100 or more, and the people who had so much more expenses. The people who had just little small businesses were getting denied. And that is likely why some people lied so that they could go ahead and get that money. And I think they knew that this was going to happen. I think they knew absolutely that this would be the case. And so here it is. And there they are, honey, on their way to jail. Do not pass go and do not stop at $200, honey. It's all so sad and clearly nefarious. With that all being said, everyone, please like and share and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And be sure to drop me a comment. Let me know what you think about this whole thing. Until next time, beloveds, I will talk to you all again soon. Peace.